Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of the 48 Blitz High School Football Digital Show. I'm your host, Georgia Chambers. We have a great show ahead. It's first week of region play across the North Alabama area. A lot of great matchups to get to. We'll even preview the game of the week. But first, we go over to my teammate Carl Prather. Earlier in the week, the first poll announced some top 10 rankings across the area. Carl Prather has more.
2 weeks down, 9 more to go. But we have rankings. Hot off the presses. Kind of an old school saying, but here we are. The latest Alabama Sports Writers Top 10 poll for our 7 classifications within the Yellowhammer State. We only have one team ranked, the number 1 from North Alabama, and it's none other than the Fife Red Devils. Fife began their season with a big win over Geraldine last week, which was our 48 Blitz game of the week last Friday. Shameless plug. Logan Anderson, a member of our 48 Blitz Elite 8 team. Shameless plug. Carried the day for the Red Raiders. Hall Benningfield notching win number 1 of his season for Fife. In Class 7A, no North Alabama teams made the list. Sparkman, Bob Jones, and James Clemens in the others receiving votes column at numbers 12 through 14 respectively. In Class 6A, the Hartsville Tigers, the lone team ranked in Class 6A, 2 impressive wins over Austin and Jackson Olin to start the year. Muscle Shoals, look out for the Trojans. Scott Bazin's group coming in at number 12 at 2-0. Gunnersville at number 5 in the Class 5A top 10. The Wildcats off to a 2-0 start, while the Arabian Knights of Arab ranked 12 at 2-0, making their climb up the rankings. No area teams ranked in the top 10 within Class 4A. Priceville, Deschler, West Morgan in the others receiving votes column as well. In Class 3A, the Panthers of Mars Hill Bible ranked number 3 in the state. Sylvania and Phil Campbell in the others receiving votes category. The aforementioned Fife Red Devils, number 1 in Class 2A, along with the Pisgah Eagles, ranked number 7 in this week's poll. Tanner also in that others receiving votes category. Class 1A, 2 teams from North Alabama in the top 10. The Decatur Heritage comes in at number 5. The Valley Head Tigers come in at number 9. Both teams meet tomorrow night in a Class 1A Region 7 matchup.
All right, let's get to that game of the week this week. We have West Limestone versus Deschler. The Tigers have lost to West Limestone the past 2 seasons, so it's going to be a highly anticipated matchup. Both teams, the first week in region play, a lot on the line here, folks. I had a chance to go out to practice earlier in the week. Check it out.
This team, I don't think a lot of expectations were on this team to start the season, and they've come out and they've done a good job of, learning what to do, and we got a lot of new faces. We lost 16 starters off last year's team, and so there's a lot of new faces out there. But these guys are working hard. They're fun to be around. This team is, they bonded, and they're just fun to be around, fun to coach. Anytime you lose 16 seniors, 16 starters, and on defense, the first game of the year, we only had one guy on defense starting that started there last year. So a lot of new faces, and they just don't have a lot of Friday night experience, but they've done a great job first couple games.
We're proud of our kids, proud of how they've come out and established what we want to do. We got 17 seniors that kind of led the way. The whole message is to bring class, have character, discipline, and so for the most part, we've done okay. We had a little setback last week against Russell as far as how we played. We're a little sloppy at times. But got a big region game this Friday with West Limestone, so we got to get back on track. Anytime you're in a region play, you got to turn it up, and especially going to a good program like West Limestone. They're really physical. They always play hard. Deschler's lost the last two years to West Limestone, and that's kind of set the table for how the rest of the region games have gone. So we got to come out. We got to be able to start fast. We got to execute, and we got to be more physical.
In addition to these 2 coaches, I also had the chance to catch up with Randolph head coach David Lloyd. Lloyd excited about his team's win this past Friday against the Madison Academy Mustangs. This was a program first. The Raiders beating the Mustangs 46-33.
It was a great win for us. One, because it was a win. We try to talk about, we're not really concerned who the opponent is. We're trying to be better than we were last week. And but I can't lie. I think a lot of us had that circled on the calendar for a little bit. So it was a really good chance for us to correct some mistakes from the previous week and to play our style of football. And thought we did a really good job bouncing back and overcoming some of that. So we were excited to get the win. And it's always good to pick up a win and get some confidence going before you start region play this week. When you can build some confidence playing a really good team and coming out and doing the things you need to do and win that game, I think it carries over into how the guys play this week and hopefully with how we prepare throughout practice this week. We told them this week, and now the hard part starts trying to sustain that success and trying to improve every week and clean up some of the mistakes that we did have in that game. And region play is when things start to matter. It's what gets you into the playoffs. So you want to be playing your best football at the right time. So we're just hoping we can carry over that confidence and that momentum into this week and play another good game on Friday.
Was there anything that you guys kind of help them with as coaches with sustaining that success, or any tips that you give them to help sustain?
Really, we just talk about competing against ourselves each week. We talk about chasing our best every day, that we try to go out to practice and on Friday nights. And, during the week, it's tough. These guys deal with a lot. They've got school going on, and we're a highly academic school, so it's a little more stressful for them mentally going through the school day. So sometimes we're not as great as we'd like us to be at practice. But, our guys work hard. They work through that. They show up on Friday. They play hard. So we're just excited to get back out on the field and see that we've corrected a few more mistakes and watch and see how well we play again this week.
So going back to last Friday's game, what was the locker room like after that matchup? Like, kind of take me behind the scenes of what, the energy was like after that win.
It was great energy. I probably couldn't share everything that happened in the locker room here, but it was awesome. It was good for the guys. They enjoyed it. Watching them celebrate with each other, be happy for each other's success. And that's the kind of energy you want around a program, and that's the kind of energy you want around a big game like that. I think real competitors, real athletes want to be pushed. They want to be challenged. You want to play big games like that on Friday nights, and fortunately we were able to do that and came out on the right side of it. So rightfully our guys had a lot to celebrate, and we're really happy about the way it ended.
So when I came out to practice, you were kind of telling me that you think this is a really special group of guys this season. What do you think last week's win, and kind of building on to the foundation that you started at the beginning of the season, what do you think this says about your team and to the community?
I think it shows the toughness of this football team. We didn't have the result we wanted in week 0 against West Morgan. They're a very good football team. They're going to win a lot of games, but we felt like we had opportunities that we could have won that football game. We didn't play our best football, and I think the adversity we faced in week 0 and how we came back in week 1 against Madison Academy really just kind of showed the commitment to the work that our guys put in about correcting their mistakes and getting better each week, and just kind of the toughness and grit of our football team to come back from a loss like that and play as well as we did Friday against another good football team. So our guys are really resilient. They come in every week ready to work and do the things they need to do, and they're always trying to be the best they can be on Fridays.
So you've mentioned a lot of great words kind of describing your team. If you had to settle on one word to describe your team this season, what would it be?
Fun. These guys are a lot of fun. Win or lose, we love playing the game. These guys enjoy playing the game. It's fun to watch these guys play, to watch them compete, to watch them practice, to see them off the field, with the way they interact with each other, our coaching staff, our faculty. It's just fun being around these guys. There's never a dull moment. There's never a day that goes by that there's not something that happens that's just kind of fun and brings a little energy to our group. So it's a really good group to be around.
Well, that does it for today's episode of the 48 Blitz High School Football Digital Show. I hope you had some fun, maybe learned something new. I'll see you out at the game of the week tomorrow, so be sure you tune into WFF 48 for all things high school football. And then, of course, Saturday we have big games for college football. I'm going to be glued to my television screen all day.